What's up, everybody? Bishop back. I got a couple of soccer drills and activities for our students that are visually impaired to develop a lot of their kicking skills, a lot of their ball control skills, and pretty much get a sweat through today's lesson plan. We'll start out with a quick warm-up that's going to involve a couple of different activities. We have 5 different activities for 60 seconds that we're going to perform. First things first, as far as equipment goes, you're going to have a lot of equipment that you can manipulate. I have a ball here. It's going to be a little bit flat, so it could help our students with pretty much ball control, handling, and getting a feel for the objects of soccer. So for our warm-up, we're going to be using this bright colored ball, a little bit flat. We'll start off with ball taps in place just to get our students warmed up and going. So ball taps for 60 seconds. We can start with our stopwatch. 60 seconds, we're going to do ball taps. It's just going to be tapping on top of the ball, switching feet back and forth. And for our students, we have a bright colored ball so they can easily track, or they can easily see the target that they're supposed to. So 60 seconds, ball taps. They're just going to be shifting their weight back and forth, tapping the top of the ball, trying not to move anywhere far, just to get our students sweaty. Ball taps. Halfway there. Lightly placing our toe on top of the flat ball. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Next up, we're going to have soccer overhead throws for a minute. Select the spot on the ground, one area that your student can consistently throw at. We're simply going to take the ball overhead, throw at that one spot using both arms. So, pick up our ball, overhead, throw down, bend at the waist, aiming at the spot on the ground. 60 seconds. Much like a soccer throw-in, have them get used to this skill. Halfway there. Might not want to throw it too hard so it doesn't bounce everywhere. It helps that it's flat, so our students can easily track the ball on the ground. Almost there. Make sure they don't hit themselves in the face, like that. Alright, minute right there. Next up, we're going to have our right and left juggling with one foot. Not juggling, dribbling, sorry. So, we have our ball in position on the floor. One foot, we're going to have them feel the ball and go back and forth. Then we'll switch halfway. This is all about feeling the ball, so it helps that it is flat, so they don't lose it in space. Going to go back and forth. Make sure they feel the ball with their foot. Back and forth. Developing these skills for dribbling and our later activities. Back and forth, back and forth. Now that we're at a minute, we're going to switch feet. Might be a little harder with their weaker foot, but it's all about getting used to the movement and feeling the ball. Back and forth. Ooh. 30 seconds left. Try not to lose balance as you go. Try to stay in that general area where there is a target on the ground. So that's with one foot. Next up, we're going to box, or what we call boxing the ball. That's going to be dribbling between both of our feet. So that was a minute right there. Dribbling between both our feet, we're tapping it back and forth as you see right here. Want to keep it in the middle. Want to practice that ball control. Light taps should be your cue, keeping it in the middle. You want to get a feel for the ball, how it travels, and make sure we have that control over it. Almost there. We got 30 seconds. All right. Stay light on your toes. Make sure you have a feel for the ball. Almost there, almost there. 5 seconds. Awesome. Next up for ball control warm-ups, we're going to practice trapping the ball so we can have good control over it and it doesn't roll everywhere. So students are going to pick up the ball, you'll drop it on the target on the ground, practice trapping with one foot. And we're going to switch feet for 60 seconds. One foot, trap. One foot, switch feet, trap. One foot, trap. One foot, trap. One foot, trap and control. Switch sides, trap and control. Foot, trap and control, same thing. Keep on going, almost done. Breaking a little bit of a sweat now. Drop and trap, drop and trap. All right, for our last soccer activity warm-up, we're going to practice juggling with our knees. This is going to be really good. They're going to keep it close to their body so they're not losing the ball anywhere. But keep it in front of you, drop it on your knees, catch it with your hands. Drop on your knees, try to juggle. When they get more comfortable with both knees, you could try tying together, juggling with both knees in succession. So, when they lose it, go ahead, pick it up, and restart. You do have an option to use a bigger ball if the child, if the student, isn't too successful. Nice. Nice. Minute's almost up. Keep on going. All right, in 5, 4, we're gonna trap. 3, 2, 1. Lay the ball down. Trap the ball with the top of the foot. Awesome. It's gonna be our quick soccer warm-up. Let's get into some stretching. Push the ball aside. We're gonna go ahead, spread our legs. Students are gonna reach high, drop down low toward the middle. We're gonna hold for 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7. Get the stretch in your legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Bring it back to the top. We're going to lean to one side. Stretch in the right leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Back to the top. Switch sides. Left leg. Left hamstring stretch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, for our static warm-ups, we're gonna pull our right leg back, try to get the balance. To support our students that are visually impaired, go ahead and stand to the side. Allow them to press their hand on your shoulder so they can catch their balance and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Let's work some arms in. We're going to do some arm circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and go backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and cross the arm. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A couple more stretches. We'll take it down. Get into some butterfly stretches. I'll turn to the side. Bring those heels close to yourself. You're going to pull. Try to push those knees toward the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Stand right back up. All right, and shake it out, shake it out. All right, last one. We're going to do some body twists. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We should be all warmed up now. The body should be loose. And that'll do it for our dynamic warm-ups and our static stretching. Alright, so for our first activity, we're going to continue practicing our wall passing skills, as it's a big part of soccer. And again, we're going to take the ball over our head. We're going to throw it toward the wall. You'll see here that I have a target. We're going to practice overhead throwing at the wall 10 times. And for your students, depending on their ability level, you could manipulate the target to make it bigger. You can make it brighter. Probably in my case, I'd have a target with a bigger contrast. But yeah, we're going to practice overhead throwing at the target 10 times, and then we'll move on to the next drill. So we'll start up close. With each successful pass, we could take one step back and practice our overhead throw. So we'll start right here. That'll be 1. Big step back. 2. For the sake of staying in the camera, I'll practice it right here. Overhead pass. Overhead pass. Throwing at the target. You can practice by developing some power into your throws. That will include a bigger bend backwards and throwing harder with force. 4. That'll be 5. That'll be 6. 7. Step back. 8. 9. 10. Cool. Next up for the wall passing. Usually we'd be doing this with a partner, but at the moment it's just going to be me. We're going to practice throwing against the wall, and when the ball bounces back, we're going to practice by trapping the ball. And like we did in our warm-up, simply just placing our foot on top, catching it so it's in your control and it's not rolling anywhere else. Let me try to adjust the camera. So we're going to practice overhead throwing and trapping 10 times. So, 1, we're going to trap the ball, placing our foot on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, coordination for that activity, you normally would be working with the partner. In that case, it'll be throwing back and forth and practicing that trapping as you throw back and forth to the partner, so you could improve your ball control abilities. So our next activity is going to be dribbling in space, in an open space or a closed space. Yeah, you'll see that I have pretty much a square perimeter marked on the ground to indicate the area that the student should be dribbling inside of. One thing I wanted to show you guys that I should have used in the last activity is I have two bell balls here that'll work as assistants while helping your student pretty much dribble in the area. If they ever step outside of the area, you could always give these a shake to indicate to the student that they kind of need to move into the perimeter area. So you'll go ahead and let them dribble for at least 2 or 3 minutes or so, just in the normal area. You do want to emphasize lightly tapping the ball for good ball control, and probably modifying some of the equipment so the ball doesn't, you could flatten it so it doesn't roll anywhere too fast, but pretty much allow the student to develop their abilities while they dribble around in the perimeter for at least 2 minutes. So we'll get into that. I have these in my hand, and I'll go ahead and give them a shake if the ball ever gets out of the perimeter area. So practice dribbling. Practice dribbling to all 4 corners. If it ever goes out, shaking the bells, let them know to bring it back toward the middle. But for the most part, lightly tapping the ball. And then you could use any of the warm-up skills that we practiced earlier in the day, like trapping the ball, going in and out with 1 foot. Keep going around. Trap the ball, left foot in and out, in and out. You can point out 1 corner of the perimeter over here. If they lose the ball, shake the bell, have them come back to the middle, and keep on dribbling. So, you're going to practice with light taps using the inside of their foot. Have them practice with both feet as well, dribbling in the perimeter areas. Ooh, lose the ball, go ahead and give it a shake. Ball's going to be back in the middle. And then to challenge your students a bit, you could go ahead and place an object in the middle, have them dribble around the area, and maybe around the object. So, try to move out the way, keep on dribbling. Staying within the perimeter area. Dribble around the ball, pass it off the ball, go ahead and trap it as it comes back, run up to the cone, and give it a nice dribble. Outside. Nice. Bring it back to the middle. Have practice with light taps. Develop that ball control ability. Trap it if it moves too fast. Light taps. Bring it back in. Trap. A couple more seconds. Let your student practice. Dribbling in place. Coming up to the cone. Giving it a nice move. Trapping the ball. And trapping the ball when it's time. Alright, so next up we're going to be practicing pretty much our dribbling and passing. Down on the floor, we don't have any cones today, but normally you'd use a lot of bright colored cones that are pretty much a tactical cue for our students. But yeah, today I have pretty much bright colored duct tape on the ground. I have 1 cone over here, 2nd cone in the same line, and then 2 cones that pretty much break apart. Starting from the 1st cone, they're going to dribble down to the 2nd cone. They're going to dribble. I'll show you right here. Starting at the 1st cone, they're going to dribble to the 2nd cone. They're going to dribble to the 3rd cone. Well, they'll practice trapping. They're going to pass to a wall when the ball comes back. they'll trap it, and they'll take it back to the first cone. Well, they'll practice dribbling to trapping to passing back to the front line 10 times. So we'll try our first time here. We'll go around the first cone, we'll switch the ball, lightly tapping, go to the pass spot, we're trapping, kicking, passing using the inside of your foot. We're going to trap on the way back, and we're going to go back to the front of the line. Alright, first time. Second time around, we're going to go around the cones, lightly tapping the ball as we dribble, getting a good feel for where the ball is at. Up to the pass spot, we're going to trap, pass against the wall, trap as it rolls back, go to the back of the line. Same thing, around 2 cones, trap at the pass spot. As it comes back, we're going to trap it and then go back to the end of the line. Around the cones, trap, pass inside of the foot, trap it as it rolls back, control the ball, back to the line. So go around the ball, around the cone, control the ball, trap right here, pass to the wall using the inside of your foot, trap as it rolls back to the front of the line. You want to emphasize controlling the ball using light taps, feeling the ball where it rolls with your feet. Back to the line. So, dribble, light taps of the ball, know where the ball is at, trap, third cone, pass, trap, back to the line. Nope. Lightly tap, go around, trap the ball, pass, trap the ball, back to the line. So, using this side, we see the cones on the floor. We have 1, 2, and then 2 separate cones up top. Dribble around the 2 first cones, trap it at the 3rd cone, pass to the wall. As it rolls back, trap, control the ball, go back to the end of the line. It's going to look like this. Around the first 2, lightly tapping, trap, pass, control the ball, goes back to the end. Around the first 2 cones, throw the ball with light taps, trap, back to the line. We're going to go around the cones. Trap, back to the line. 2 more times. Time, go around the cones, lightly tap the ball for control. Oh, didn't trap it there. 10 times. And so for our culminating activity today, we have pretty much a penalty shootout all set up right here for our students. I set it up the same way as the dribbling and passing off the ball activity, where you have 1 cone on the ground right here, another cone on the ground right here, and then 2 separated cones right here to indicate where the student is going to dribble past, trap the ball, and then kick at the goal. You'll see that I also somewhat straight of a goal post using duct tape. Yeah, again, if you wanted to use more brighter equipment that will definitely help. And another thing that you can do to help your students in the long haul is when using these balls, normally you would have somebody as a goalie. As a goalie, they're going to have these in their hands and they're going to shake the bells to let the student know where the pretty much where to kick to or where the goal post is going to be set up. You're going to let them pretty much dribble through the cones, trap the ball, score as many goals as they'd like. We usually set the bar around 10, so our student could get a little bit of practice about for dribbling and pretty much shooting at the goal. So we'll go ahead and give it a try. For dribbling around the cones, we're going to trap at the goal side, and then we're going to kick toward the goal. And again, if you have another, or if you're assisting your student, you're going to be standing. You're going to be standing in the goal post. You're going to be shaking the bells, letting them know where the goal is going to be. So, go ahead and emphasize the movements of kicking with the inside of your foot, planting your opposite foot, swing on through. So, we'll go around 5 times just for the sake of example, and I can show you how the penalty shootout goes. So, dribbling, dribble around, stopping right here, kicking toward the goal. All right, we got the first cone right here, going around, light tap, around, kicking toward the goal. Now have the bells in hand. So, kicking around, light tap, trap the ball trapped. As a goalie, shaking the bells, letting them know where it's going to be. Student knows, kicks inside the goal. 2 more times, dribbling around, trapping at the line. Goalie shaking the bells, letting them know where the goal is going to be at. Student has the ball trapped, kicks inside the goal using the inside of the foot. All right, same thing, going around, trap, and in the goal box, I'm letting the student know where to kick using the sound bells, and kick toward the goal. All right, and those are going to be our activities for our soccer lesson today for our students that are visually impaired. Just a reminder that equipment plays a big part in assisting our students develop their abilities. Anything using sound, anything bright, anything that's visually, that can work as a visual or a tactile cue definitely works. But I hope you enjoyed the video and check in for more videos to come. Thank you.